soon as I opened my door, the baby was trying to open my back door
Where was the baby at?
in that driveway across the street.
We got a call about a kid walking around in the road or something or other.
Your child had walked up to them, tried to get in their car. Could have been a pedophile, could have been some weirdo driving around that seen him. All the counters, there's multiple knives.
Like I said, that could have been my teenagers and I wasn't even aware of it.
You were home all day. So it's your responsibility to see that and recognize that and take care of that.
On June 1st, 2024, officers with the local sheriff's office responded to reports of a toddler wandering alone in the street. When officers arrived, they discovered 5 children inside the home, ranging from 2 to 16 years old, living in extremely unsanitary and hazardous conditions. What began as a welfare check quickly turned into a full child neglect investigation. This incident was captured on body-worn camera footage.
It's working. Oh, no.
We got a call about a kid walking around in the road or something or other.
Must have been my son.
Where's he
A
at?
couple minutes. He's inside.
Can I see him?
Yep.
Is there a reason he's walking around unattended?
No, he had gotten outside. I was letting the garage door air out. He woke up and walked out, and that's where I had initially found him to bring him back in. Hello. That would be this little guy.
Okay. Is there child locks in the garage or?
Not on the door that goes out. No, I have the child locks basically on this one, so they can't make it outside from this one.
How many kids are in
So
the
that
house?
was legit just my bad for not realizing he had woken up, and he looks out there for me because I usually hang out in the garage.
How many kids are in the house?
I don't.
5? Are they all yours?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it just you that watches them?
No, it's me and whoever's home for me, my roommate, and mama.
Okay. Do you
And
know?
the 2 oldest.
Okay. Do you know how long he was walking around outside?
Not even like a few minutes, if anything, but he'll venture out to, as far as the end of the driveway and back.
Okay. Yeah. We got a call. Someone saw him walking around.
It's probably the same exact time as I found him to bring him in.
Do you have any? What's your name?
Nicholas.
Is your license out of Florida or?
Yes.
Okay. Date of birth on Eric?
Oh, what are you, buddy? 12. Oh, I get these all confused. 12, 12.
What's that child's name? Okay. How old roughly is Eric?
He's 2. She's 4.
Okay.
2, 4, 7.
So
15,
how?
16
What's
is what I'm looking at.
the 7-year-old's name? I see you got some stuff laying about on the ground. You mind if I look inside there and make sure it's all good for the kids?
Yeah, I mean, it might be a little dirty at the moment, but should be basically toys. Still learning. Hey,
Hi.
come on. Turn 8. That's right.
And you're responsible for the kids?
Yes. Will you guys wait, please? Wait.
What is that? Looks like there's a liquid on the ground. Is that dog urine?
Looks like water.
Water?
Yeah, because I got a water bottle right there.
What about all the way down there? It's a little sticky, wet looking stuff. Is that water
That's
too?
that might be from her, or it might be oil. They had an oil spill. I got to get my floors mopped up today. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Go.
All right. I'll be right back.
Are you the only adult here?
No.
Who is he to you? Who is the relation? Roommate?
Yeah.
Okay. How many kids live here?
There's 5 here.
Are they all your kids or?
Yes.
Okay. How old are they?
We go from 2 all the way up to 16.
2 to 16.
2, 4, 8, 4, or 15, and 16.
Okay. Where's the the mother of the kids at?
Work right now.
Work? Oh, but she lives here too?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I was trying to check. Can we see all the kids?
Yeah. You can see all the kids. Mind the mess. They ain't cleaned up.
Oh, you're the stepdad?
I'm stepdad to 3 out of the 5.
Till 214
Dad
worked,
completely
okay.
blended by 2 of the 5.
Okay.
But I have names and claim on all of them. 3 would technically be stepchildren.
And then 2 are related
Two
to
of
you?
them
Which
have,
3 are the
2 of them
stepkids?
have my last name, so I'm on the birth certificate as the father.
So how did it go about that we're ended up here because the child
Because
unattended and walking up to random car trying to get in?
he woke up to me having a garage door open, trying to air out my garage. He likes to go out there, like I said to this gentleman, because I usually hang out either there or my back porch to smoke my cigarettes.
Where were you when he walked out?
When he walked out initially, I was probably in the room with Uncle, because we were in the back. Sitting on our
How were you
stuff.
alerted? How were you alerted to him being outside?
I came out, looked, didn't find him in the bed, came out here, looked. Right off it.
And how long did it take before you found him?
Not even 5 minutes.
Not even 5 minutes. 5 minutes is a long time for an 8-year-old
Like
to be out.
me in general, when
Did
I
not
went to
eat,
go
he's
see,
two.
not on that. Like
Oh,
legit,
2?
Yeah.
Oh.
2 minutes or so, give or take, from the there out to out here. It's like the first place I checked.
And where
He
was
was-
he when he came out here?
Walking his way from like right here. So I mean, I don't doubt that he went out there, but
He almost got into a stranger's car.
Yeah, he opens the garage door, no problem.
No. He attempted to get into a stranger's car.
Stranger's car.
Yeah, they
Oh,
called.
yeah, called.
They called about a 2-year-old trying to get in their vehicle. So had that not have been a concerned citizen, and had that been some the street,
Yeah.
you'd be f***ed.
Yeah.
And so would that kid.
Can he swim?
He hasn't been taught yet.
Where was he napping at that you said? You said he was napping?
He was napping in my
Where?
room. My room originally.
That the room on the right over there.
Up on the bed.
Does he have a crib or anything, or?
No crib.
And you said the garage door is not child locked.
No, the garage door is not, but apparently I'm getting ready to install the motion monitor I got out here, so I know when.
Do you have an alarm system on the residence?
No.
You have cameras set up?
I'd have to set all that up myself. That's why the next device I can put in for that would be the motion detector. And
Yeah.
Is this your car?
helps, yes.
Do they see the doctor regularly, and
Yes.
you take them in this car?
Yes. This one or the.
Where's the child restraint?
Child seat.
Seats?
Yeah. You don't keep them in the car? Why?
Because it depends on it. It's going to be me or Mama having them for the day.
Can I see him?
That's the one I got for Luna, and we're on a booster seat for Laura.
Okay, that works. You have 2 younger than 5, right?
Yeah.
Where's the
seat for the other one.
a booster seat? Okay.
Booster.
So you got pocket knives. Do you mind if we take them out of your pocket?
If you want to.
Oh, you want that? Just because I don't want you to get mad at me. You know what I mean? And I'm asking, are there any guns in the house?
If my roommate still has his, then there would be his.
Does he keep it locked up in a way, or
Yeah,
is
I don't even know where the heck the guy keeps the thing.
does he have a safe?
Not sure. He's got the rifle case, I guess, worst case scenario, if he doesn't have anything else.
Or is it right there?
Yeah.
Is it locked? Is there a gun lock on it?
Not right now, no.
Is there a rifle in there?
No, there's nothing in it.
You mind if we talk to your roommate?
Yep.
No, we'll follow you. What you doing? You mind if I talk to you alone real quick, boss? Where were you at when Mr. Eric got out earlier?
When did he get out?
Huh?
When did he get
Well, how long have you been home?
out? I've been home. What time is it?
It's 7:23.
Oh, yeah, I've been home by like 6, so.
Since 6 o'clock, about an hour and a half then? How often is the house cleaned up?
It gets,
Because looking at this house, it hasn't been cleaned up in at least 2 or 3 days. Being generous.
it gets 2 to 3 days.
Every
Yeah.
2 to 3 days is cleaned up?
It gets picked up, but usually it'll be
Who's-
easier.
Is it the dog and cat that belongs to Mr. Carter? Or is it your dog and cat?
No. The cat is the girl's, the dog's is his.
Okay.
So,
And there's fecal matter and urine scattered about the house. And that's cleaned up every 2 to 3 days?
usually when we see that, it's supposed to be picked up. So, if there was any done today, that should have been done today. But as soon as I see them, I'll pick it up.
How long you been staying here?
With them, going on, I think 2 years now.
2 years? Now, I understand none of these kids are yours, right? Okay. So, outside looking in, obviously then this is not your responsibility, you're not the parent. Outside looking in, how would you describe the living conditions here? If you were to just walk into this house just like we did, never having been here before.
If I had a straight answer to why there is like not a dynamic, I would, but I don't. You know, I can see parents that don't get together, that don't get along. So off rip is kind of a tension.
Do they not get along?
Not as of lately, no.
But they still like share a room and share a bed and stuff like that. Just
Yes.
kind of arguing here and there.
Are they married?
No, they're not married. She works, out of the pair, she works the most. So he's the one home the most.
What does he do for work?
He is a maintenance guy for McDonald's, but she is a department manager. And now she is getting promoted. And
At
she's-
McDonald's?
Yes. But she's across town versus he is here.
Okay.
So he has some more days off.
He's what?
He has more days off and is home.
Did he work today?
No.
So we're saying it's usually on him to take care of the kids, watch them, feed them, that kind of stuff. More so than her. Okay. How often do you come out of the room and see just dog and piss and all that everywhere all over the house? Because just walking through the gen, I saw at least 4 or 5 different spots where it's clearly happens constantly, and multiple spots where they poop more than once. So
So the spots that I general out to, because I don't general out my space that much anymore because of the dog.
just because they're aggressive, or
I don't know. It seems to. I have a dislike. So sometimes it's okay, but then most days she's just.
yeah,
She's
I
nippy
understand that.
and-
Our biggest concern, obviously, is the kids. Like I said, we know it's not your responsibility. It's nothing's on you here. We're just trying to get as much information as possible to understand exactly what's going on here. Because like I said, we don't.
All right, Mr. I can't. What's your first name again? Nick. Can we talk to you again? All right. So same thing we asked him. You know, obviously, I mean, I've been here a few times, never gone in the house or anything like that. But outside looking in, having never been here before, if this were you coming to this house for the first time, you know, having seen fecal matter, urine.
Yeah, no, it don't look.
I'm not done talking.
Okay.
Fecal matter, urine, roaches, discarded food on the ground, garbage, all these inanimate objects that could be hurtful, odors and oils and all this stuff. Outside looking in, how would you describe those living conditions?
Right now, I'm looking a little dirty.
A little dirty. That's a little dirty is you spilled some coffee on the rug. That's more than a little dirty.
You
opened up that door,
Flies.
flies literally came out of that laundry room door.
It's an opinionated thing as far as that would go. On what you would consider dirty, what you wouldn't consider.
I mean, multiple piles of fecal matter.
I get
in
the
multiple-
I get the fecal matter, and
And not only is it multiple piles,
as
multiple
far
piles
as
in
that
multiple
goes.
locations.
As far as that goes,
So the point being, if it's in one room, maybe one little plop, whatever, like we go to the house all the time, we understand dogs will be dogs, right? But we see fecal matter at several different stages of decomposition throughout the residence, which is disgusting. We see flies all about the residence. I walk in the house, as soon as I walk in, I'm smacked in the face by odors I can't describe. Now I smell a lot of things every day in law enforcement. That's one of the worst smelling things I've ever smelled walking into a house.
can't be.
I'm telling you from my training and experience in law enforcement, and I smell dead bodies, that comes pretty close to a dead body. I'm not kidding. So a little dirty is I think an understatement here. And then you have objects all about the floor that could be a danger to children. Like
Which objects?
you have toys and ladders and tools. You have wet spots that can be slipped on. I'm slipping and sliding on with boots walking around the house.
Knives sitting on the counter.
Knives on the counter?
Yes.
Like
I saw a large butcher knife sitting right there on the counter, amongst all the other.
should have been. Not sure. Probably one of my teenagers leaving it up there after using it.
Additionally, look who a child just walked out of the house. You don't have door lock, you don't have child locks on the house, you don't have an alarm, you don't have cameras, you have no way to monitor or secure this residence. If you're sleeping, if a child wakes up and decides I'm just going to go for a walk. Does that make sense? Additionally, again, I gotta drive this home. Had this child walked up to some, they would have taken that child, and you would have not known for at least 5 minutes, like you said. How far can you drive on Belterre in 5 minutes? You can get to 95, and he's out of the county. He's gone forever. We won't know. We know nothing. I imagine nobody here has cameras or Ring cameras. We don't even have a time frame of when he's missing.
And also, he can't swim. And I don't know about Pacific in this area, but there's plenty of lakes and bodies of water all over Palm Coast. Okay, all over this section. So say he would have wandered around, no one would have been outside. He would have gone to a backyard and found a pool or found a body of water. He can't swim. It happens because kids. So for some reason, kids are always attracted to water, and they always jump in there,
As far as that would go.
and it always ends up one way. And 5 minutes of not realizing, at most 5 minutes of not knowing where he was, whether it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever it is, that is a very long time for a kid to.
Because I understand 5 minutes is a long time, but I don't know how long he was.
Yeah, we don't either.
wandering.
We're trying to work on figuring that out, but still, even 30 seconds, bro.
Oh, I know. I'm very serious as far as the them getting out of the house thing. That's why we have the dual child lock thing for that door, because that door was the issue. But like I said, this one I usually have closed. So out in the garage isn't like as
And the child,
much of a
okay, and he's usually hanging around in
endangered-
here, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
But you look around in here,
The point
man.
of them coming out into the garage isn't so much the thing for me, because when this thing's closed, that's,
But look
that's the
look
garage.
around your garage. Is this somewhere you want a 2-year-old to be gallivanting?
Oh, no, nothing. They touch my tools and everything. Gosh darn else.
Okay.
All the gosh darn time, out there or not.
Okay. Well, stand by. We got to talk about some things, and we'll be right back. All right.
Just stand by the end of your
Okay.
car right here for us.
Just put your hand on your back real quick.
For what? Sir, can I ask for what?
Don't tense up on me.
Okay,
Stop tensing. Stop tensing.
okay, I want to know for what.
We'll explain it to you. You're being detained.
For?
Child neglect.
So what's happening here?
We're still conducting an investigation.
Do I get mama to come home or what?
We'll work on that. We have to call a lot of people now. UCF and your mother and your roommate has to watch the kids for a little bit.
I can't go explain everything to them.
No, not right now.
So right now we have a child unattended for several minutes. Okay, at which point you were completely unaware that that's right, putting them at risk. So with that being said, because you're on handcuffed, we're going to read your rights or waive your rights. Okay. You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say may be done against you.
I get the AC blowing for you in a minute. Give me a second.
I'm going all the way in?
Yeah. And I imagine having 5 kids is a lot and it's hard and all that, but those are.
It's all that it comes down to for the most part. I lost him for like a matter of couple seconds. I get that's all it takes, but it's not an easy thing to sit there and make sure you're doing everything for all of them all the time.
Yeah.
So this is my first day off. This is the first day to start getting my house cleaned up again throughout the week.
What about the day before that?
Day prior to that, it's working.
Okay.
And then it was,
What about,
like I said, the 2 days would have been the last day we cleaned this place was, what was it? My day off, Tuesday or Wednesday this was cleaned.
What is your typical
Everything
work
up.
schedule?
Right now with 3 days off, I usually have Tuesday, Friday, Saturday off, which is all by get the house cleaned up, everything, and
What about Tiffany?
she's all nighttime.
How many days a week?
Depends.
This week?
She can do from 5 to 6.
Okay.
Depends on the week. She's guaranteed at least a 5, but she's been doing a lot more hours as of late because
What are her hours usually?
they've been changing. She's got some where she's doing morning shifts now from like 8 o'clock to 4, and then she's got some night shifts that she's not closing completely, but she'll work from like 4 on to close.
How are you? I'm sorry to bother you. I know you're out making money or whatever the case may be. Can you just walk me through what happened? Why you called?
I delivered to that house right there.
Yeah.
As soon as I opened my door, the baby was trying to open my back door
Where was the baby at?
in that driveway across the street.
Okay.
So I was just like, after I opened my door, I was like, where did you come from? And he obviously doesn't speak any at all yet. So I was just like, where's home? I said, you better go home. And he started walking right to that garage.
Okay.
So I followed him there and I just said something like, hello, like no one was in there. And then I went to finish the delivery across the street and asked them about it. And they just kind of seemed like they didn't want to get involved type deal. So I was like, that's kind of weird. And they didn't know anything about it. I was like, are the parents home at all? They're like, I don't know. So I walked back out and he was back across the street already. So I walked him back 2 more times before I
So you walked back over there.
2 times. So for the baby that small, it just felt
Yeah.
And I felt bad leaving, but I just couldn't stay. And I don't know, it just felt,
Yeah.
I'm glad I called.
How long roughly would you say that you were?
I was here at least 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah. And with him unsupervised.
You were here
So-
with him 10 minutes unsupervised. Okay. And did anybody come out claiming him at any point?
No one.
Okay. And can you describe the child?
I have a video.
You have a video. She's saying she was out with the child for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. The child kept following her back and forth to that house because she was door
I
dashing.
opened my car door. Like,
She has a
I tried
video.
to open the back door.
Which house do you live at?
I don't live around here. I'm a
She's a
delivery
DoorDash.
driver.
Oh,
And that's him walking back to the garage. I was following him. But that's all the video I got. I wish I got him at my door and everything, but I mean, he's got a soil.
where was your car parked at?
In their driveway.
This right here. And did you just know? Just he walked you back to this house.
He
That's how you
walked me
knew.
back to the house. He didn't say anything to me, like words, because he didn't speak. He was just
Okay.
like, ah. But he pointed that way and walked directly to that house.
So what's going on is, what's your 2-year-old's name? Down the middle of the road, trying to get into a random stranger's car who was door dashing. Thank God she was able to determine that he lived here. She brought him back to the house. After she did that, she called us to let us know that she found a random 2-year-old just walking in the middle of the street. So we come here, make the contact. That's your husband, correct?
No,
Father of kids?
he's the father of the. He's the father of the kids.
Okay.
We are not together.
Okay. So either way, I apologize for that. Either
No,
way, father of the
it's
children.
not your fault.
I know.
You're okay.
Right.
I just no, we're not together. We just try to make ends meet for
Okay.
the sake.
You live here. You know how these living conditions are deplorable. They're not okay. They're not okay for any child, any adult to live in. There's no AC for a week. There's poop on
We've
the
been
floor.
trying. No, we've been
I
trying to
understand-
work
I
on it,
understand
and
the
we've been
AC.
talking to
The
the
AC
landlord
port
and everything
is-
like that.
The AC part is not the biggest thing, but the feces and the urine on the floor and the food everywhere, that is not okay. So he's going to jail. And to be 100% honest, like we will be forwarding charges as the mother on you, so the state will be able to, we're not going to take you to jail or anything like that, but the state will determine if they want to pursue charges against you or not. I understand you work all the time, but you can't just leave your kids in a house that's this deplorable. You have to make sure that you maintain a safe household for the children as
Oh,
well.
and I do.
No, that is not a safe and secure household. Having feces on the floor, having urine on the floor, just food everywhere. It's completely like have you been inside there lately? Because I just walked through there
Yes,
after
I
it was
have.
cleaned up, and it's still really bad. Because when the father of the children realized that, it's now not just a welfare check, like this is not okay, he had the children start to pick up. But even after them picking up, it's still disgusting. It's not okay. We've called DCF. DCF is doing an immediate response.
Okay.
Now, whatever they decide to do, they might do a parenting plan or a safety plan or
And that's
whatever
fine,
they
and I'll
decide
work
to do.
with them and
I
everything
understand
else.
that. Right.
But and I understand what you're saying. I was helping them pick up a little bit today before I had to leave for work.
Right. But there's literally, like, I don't know if it's cat poop or dog poop in the laundry room, right by the pile of clothes. There was poop in the living room.
Yesterday.
There's
How long
urine
was it
everywhere. It's not yesterday. This is like
How long
old.
have you lived here for, ma'am? How long have you lived here?
We've lived here for about 3 years?
3 years? Okay.
It's been 3 years.
2 to 3 years? Something like that? Okay, how old's your oldest kid?
16.
Okay, and your youngest is?
2.
And you have 5 of them.
Yes.
So you know how to raise children?
Yes.
You know that as they're getting older, they get into certain things like open doors, things like that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a child lock on your front door?
Yes, I do.
Do you have a child lock on the rear slider?
I'm sorry, you
On the
can
roof.
get child locks for those?
Yes,
Yeah,
you can.
bar.
Do you have a child lock on this door right here for the garage?
I was gonna say, we
But
use
is
that.
this door child locked, this garage door?
No,
Okay.
because usually the garage
Do the
door
dogs
is
get taken
closed.
out to use the bathroom?
Yes, I
there-
let them out anytime I'm home. I swear you.
Okay, when you left this morning, was there any dog poop anywhere in the
No.
house? Nowhere.
No,
Okay, so why is there decaying feces in your laundry room? Does the washer and dryer work?
no, it does not.
Okay, how do you guys do your
We
laundry?
take it to the laundry mat over here.
Okay, there's multiple piles of feces in that room. What about the open living room, playroom area?
The playroom.
That big open space where you can walk in the front door?
The playroom.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything there when I left.
Well, when I showed up, there was multiple piles of feces. There was urine on the floor and a large oil stain that he said has been there for a while. What's with the oil stain?
Oil stain?
There's oil sitting on the floor. There's water. There's urine and
I
feces.
didn't know that there was oil on the floor.
But you live there, correct? I'm just
Yes, I do
Okay.
live here, but I'm telling you, I didn't know that there was oil on the
okay.
floor.
When was your last day off work? 'Cause I work a lot too, so I'm sure you work a lot.
Wednesday,
Wednesday? Okay. Do you and him share a bedroom?
sadly.
Okay. Who else sleeps in that bedroom with you two?
Me, him, and the three younger
The
ones.
3 youngest? Okay. That closet without a door on it, whose closet is that?
That's mine.
Okay, what about the feces on the floor in that closet?
And I've been cleaning that up just about damn near every day. No, I did not touch it today before you asked.
Okay. And that's dog feces? So when you pick up the feces, do you not clean the floor as well?
No, I do clean the floor.
Okay, so I can see a lot of spots where you might have picked up feces, but there's...
And I've mopped it, and
What's the primary bathroom for the kids?
everybody pretty much uses that one, but they both get used.
Okay. Because the conditions of that bathroom between the 2 bedrooms is horrid. There's clothes on the floor. I don't know if there's a shower curtain in there. The toilet's gross. There's stuff everywhere. Just... Is that not... Whose is it to clean that?
My 2 older too, because that's their bathroom.
Okay. And then we walked inside. The entire countertop, every single inch of countertop was filled with dirty dishes. There were knives left unattended. There was food on the floor spilled everywhere. Taco Bell everywhere on the floors.
We just
Ramen
ordered
noodles.
Taco Bell tonight. Did you guys not? I was at work at this point.
Right, and it's not.
All
It's
the
not
dishes,
just.
the
It's
knives,
the
those
totality
things
of
are
everything.
left.
So again, like we understand, you're the main breadwinner. You work all the time. We understand that.
I
but
did,
as a
but
parent,
apparently a lot of things are going to
but
need
as
to be changed.
right, as a parent, like you still have that responsibility to make sure that whoever's left in control of the children gets it handled.
And you guys arrested the other parent that
Right.
I left in control,
Right,
who
and that's
should
why
have been
that's
handled.
why he's going to jail and you're not.
Like
That's
this
why.
is-
That's why we're not. That's why you're not going in handcuffs right now. You're not going to jail. We're not doing any of that. But I also, as you know, having 2 parents in the same household, whether you guys are together or not, I can't arrest one parent and then be like, "Well, mom works so much that she is
And
able
I
to turn a blind eye."
understand that,
So
and I
that's
get
why
that.
the state will determine whether they
But
want to do
again,
anything, and that's
this is
Right.
this is going to
But-
change
and it needs to.
unbelievably because obviously I can't trust somebody who has more days off, who works a lot less than I do, to even maintain anything.
And is that, like you said, that's exactly why you're not
So,
going to jail today.
I'm-
But
that-
there
this
is to some extent responsibility on you as well.
Yes, sir.
As a
and
mother.
I understand that, and I get that, and I promise you, and I swear it. By the time anything, I'm going through this damn house, because obviously, again, somebody who I trusted, who is the other parent, and I'm not putting blame on him because obviously me being exhausted and tired doesn't account for the way things are. And I take, you know, part of the responsibility of that. So I'm not going to sit here and go him.
Yes.
I'm not going to do that. But obviously I was missing a lot more than what I should have, and that's going to change.
There's
or
body of
not
waters
seen by
everywhere.
Anybody and
Does
get
he
one.
have to come back here?
Well, I mean, we can't not let him come back here, but there's going to be some stuff put in place by the judge. So, as far as we can't tell him,
Because this is
the judge might issue a no contact order since it's child neglect. That's up to the judge if they decide to do that.
This is the disagreement I'm talking about.
Mhm.
And
this is the third time on his watch.
Yeah.
The only difference is this time you guys actually arrested him.
So this third time?
And every time I've been at work.
When did one of the other times happen? We know of one. There's the other one.
I want to say, what was about like last year?
At this residence? 3 times at this residence?
The first time you guys came out
To here, this house.
to this house, what was it? The 3 younger ones were out on the road? And I was at work, I had just gotten off?
I don't know. I was at work.
I can't even remember date or anything like that.
That was a hot minute.
Huh?
That was a hot minute ago.
It was.
Like a
It
year or
was a
two-ish?
while ago.
Okay.
And
Wanna say about a year?
then the second time under his care, my daughter ended up in the hospital.
What happened with that?
My daughter got a hold of fucking THC. We didn't find out until they ran tests on her at the hospital. She ended up going to Jacksonville.
I remember that one.
See?
So we were notified though by the hospital.
This
Yes and
was December 30th.
Yeah.
December 30th. Here's the pictures. She was being airlifted and everything.
The 4-year-old.
That's my 4-year-old.
I remember.
So again, does he have to come back
So
here?
again, I can't tell him he can't, but the judge might.
Because
And
I can't.
if the judge doesn't, you can always go to the courthouse and try to get a temporary injunction or permanent injunction and see. But that's you go to there, you ask them about the injunction process. They'll give you out a bunch of papers to fill out.
Okay.
And it's basically a court hearing, and you have to plead your case on why you think you shouldn't be allowed around you or the kids.
Then I will, because obviously he don't need to be around them.
According to court documents, the father identified in the video as Nick was arrested and charged with multiple counts of child neglect and child endangerment. Officers documented unsanitary living conditions, unsecured firearms, and repeated prior welfare checks at the residence. The investigation was referred to Child Protective Services, and all 5 children were removed from the home. Nick is currently awaiting trial and is presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.